Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Diaries of a Lunar Soul. So this is a reading for soulmates or twin flames or partners currently in separation who want to check in with their masculine's energy just to see where he's at energetically in regard to sacred union with his feminine in this physical plane. So we shall look at what is a general theme of the reading, what phase has just ended for the masculine, this is his recent past, then what energy the masculine is at the moment, this is his present, and then we shall also look at what phase of life is about to start for him, this is his near future. Then we shall also look at how are his spirit guides supporting him through this journey towards his feminine. Then finally, but not least, we shall look at how can the divine feminine support him at this time. Then we shall also look at what is the immediate outcome of these energies that we see here. Then we shall end the reading with a channeled message from the divine masculine to his divine feminine. Okay, so as usual, the reading is timeless, meaning whenever you click on this video, that's Spirit's way of bringing the message to you. And if it doesn't resonate, then it just means I'm not tuning into your frequency at the moment. And maybe if you watch the video at a later date, it will resonate. Or maybe it may never resonate. Yeah, so I've already shuffled and picked the cards off camera. If you want to know why I do this off camera as usual, again, please check out the description box below. But for now, let's begin. Right, so let's see what the general theme is of this reading. And we have the shark. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Okay, so the animal spirit guides are saying the masculine is integrating a spiritual lesson where he is learning to trust the wisdom of his body, the wisdom of his intuition to determine what the truth is. What his truth is. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Okay, so let's see how this theme will unfold in the reading. We'll put it there. Okay, so now let's start with what phase has just ended for the masculine. This is his recent past. And we have the Four of Cups, the Page of Swords, the Moon, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So, the phase where he's feeling alone and isolated in this Four of Cups is over. Because before the masculine was looking to the outside world to bring him happiness, see here in this Four of Cups, this guy is trying to use alcohol to fill the emptiness he feels inside. But with the Page of Swords here and this Moon card, it means the masculine has finally learned to realize that true happiness comes from within rather than from external surroundings. Because the pages in tarot represent lessons, especially this Page of Swords, who has a very curious mind. And then the Moon, to me, usually represents our subconscious mind. Then with this Three of Pentacles here, I'm sensing that the masculine has now realized the value of teamwork. See, these guys here are working together. So that mindset where he thought he has to do everything himself is over. And guys, if you watch the other videos I've done, you'll see just how much work the masculine has been taking on to the point of him being completely worn out. He has been getting the Ten of Swords card in almost all my readings lately, showing just how much he wants to come forward to his feminine. But because of this, the workload he has been taking on has literally run him down to the point he can't even move forward even if he wanted to. But this Three of Pentacles here shows the masculine is out of this overworking himself phase. In fact, I sense that with the moon card here, the masculine has learned how to tap into his feminine energy, his inner divine feminine energy, because we all have both of these energies within us. So instead of handling all the work through his inner masculine energy, he has integrated his inner divine feminine energy, which means he's surrendering to effortlessness and learning to go with the flow more often. Because the feminine energy is all about the flow, just going with the tune of the universe and divine timing. See the melody coming out of this mermaid's mouth in this moon card? In astrology, the moon usually represents the female energy, and the sun is our masculine energy, the one that takes action. And the feminine energy usually teaches us that sometimes doing nothing is more productive than burning ourselves out or overworking. Okay, so that's the phase that's ending for the masculine. Feeling isolated and alone and thinking that he has to do everything himself. He's now integrated his inner divine feminine and he's using both energies to do what he needs to do. Wow, good, great. Okay, now let's see where the masculine is at in the current moment. This here was his past, what has just ended for him. So now let's see what is happening right now, his current energy. And we have the 7 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Star, and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, with this 10 of Pentacles here, the masculine is feeling content with where he is at right now. He's no longer in this sad 4 of Cups energy. He doesn't feel alone and isolated. This 4 of Cups energy. He doesn't feel isolated. See here in the 10 of Pentacles, he's surrounded by people and they look happy. Yeah? So that's where he's at the moment. And this is because he's now standing his ground and healing past limiting beliefs he had about himself. He's now living his true self. That self that doesn't let the external 3D world dictate his happiness. And that's why this Queen of Swords is here. This queen can't tolerate any BS. She will cut out anything that is not the truth. So you guys, the masculine has been through the ringer and now he knows what the truth of the situation is, because usually the Queen of Swords becomes the Queen of Swords because she has gone through so much hardship that nothing can faze her anymore. She's ready to battle with anyone and she will come on top. See here in the 7 of Wands, the masculine now knows how to defend himself from external threats. See, this guy they're like, you can't come in. And the masculine won't let any limiting belief get into his subconscious mind. To me, this is his subconscious mind and this is the limiting belief. Yeah. So he's protecting his subconscious mind from any outside limiting beliefs he had. Because in the previous reading I've done, you'll notice the masculine for a while has been in the 8 of Swords energy, letting his fears and illusions control his heart. The masculine hasn't been moving forward towards his feminine because his false limiting beliefs were making him feel stuck. But this 7 of Wands here shows that now he's defending himself against all these false limiting beliefs. And the Star card is all about healing, showing the masculine is healing all wounds that these false beliefs caused. Remember I said for a while the masculine has been pushing himself to breaking point literally with the 10 of Swords, and that has been cropping up in almost all my readings that I do, the 10 of Swords for the masculine. Let me see if I can pull up the Ten of Swords card, you just see how the masculine has been wearing himself out. Let's use the same deck. Let's use this one. Let's use the Mermaid Tarot. Sorry. Right, so let's look at Ten of, Yep, so this is the Ten of Swords. See how lifeless and exhausted the masculine is here. He can barely move, and this is the energy he's been in almost all my readings. This worn out, almost dead, burning himself out. But now, let's put that away. With this star card here, it says that he is now healing those, let me take it back, those battle wounds. He's recovering from the stress of overworking. He's now recovering with this healing card, the star, from the stress of overworking and doing too much. Remember, he's now integrating his inner feminine that just goes with the flow and doesn't do too much. It attracts things towards her. Yeah. So wow, guys, the masculine is making great progress. I like it. And if he's making progress, it means he's moving towards you, feminine. So that's cool. Okay, so now let's see what phase is about to start for him. What is in his near future? This was the past, this is the current. So now let's look at what is in his near future. Not distant, near future. And we have the Hierophant, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. Interesting. This Eight of Swords has also been coming up in a lot of my masculine readings. And it's the energy that's been showing he's been stuck and has fears and illusions. So let's see why it's here again, because I thought this was sort of like in the past. So I'm wondering why it's come up in this reading again. Let's see. Okay, I got it. The phase that the masculine is about to enter is a period where he's integrating a spiritual lesson. The Hierophant here usually depicts a spiritual lesson, spiritual teaching. And the spiritual lesson is how to balance non-action and action. The non-action is what is depicted here by this Eight of Swords. See, it looks like this mermaid has willingly tied herself to this log and even blindfolded herself so that she can't see what's around her or even be able to do anything. Because in this state, she looks vulnerable, right? But she has realized that at times to get things done, it is necessary to be still and find answers from within, answers and solutions to whatever problem from within rather than from without or through force. So the masculine I'm tapping into right now has been so used to fighting for what he wants. He's been so used to fighting for what he wants because he thought non-action was cowardly and a weakness. However, in this instance, he's about to enter a phase where he's learning that what seems like a weakness here, this state of non-action and vulnerability, is actually at times his biggest asset in this particular instance with his feminine and going towards sacred union with his feminine. Then with the Ten of Wands here, he's also learning when to take action and tough it out. See how determined this mermaid is to get the job done. She isn't about to give up. The fire won't stop her. Even the burns, you can't see the burns, but she has burns on her hands. Even the burns on her hands from the fire won't slow her down. She'll work until she gets the job done. And if you notice, The Two of Pentacles is between the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords. The Ten of Wands meaning action, and the Eight of Swords meaning non-action. So see here, the rabbit is balancing two pentacles, non-action and action. In fact, the rabbit is so good at balancing that whatever it is that they're trying to balance, that it's even standing on a flying fish while balancing the two pentacles. So yeah, the divine masculine is about to enter this phase where he is a master at balancing non-action and action, knowing when to act and then knowing when to retreat. Great. Wow. Okay. This card. Let's see. Let's create space. So now let's see how the divine is, or rather how his spirit guides are helping the masculine through this phase that we've seen. All these three phases. How have they been helping him? How are they helping him now? And how will they continue helping him out? Oh my goodness, this card, man. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so yeah, so let's see how the divine is helping the masculine out through this phase. The Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Swords. Wow, there's so much sword energy over here. So many swords. Meaning the masculine is really in his head at the moment. He's doing a lot of mental work because the swords in tarot represent our mental thoughts, our mind. Yeah, and he's gotten all these three from the divine. Five of Swords, Six of Swords, and Three of Swords. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, as we saw here in the past position, yeah, with the Four of Cups, the masculine has been sad and possibly wallowing about his past mistakes and regrets. But with this Five of Swords here, his spirit guides are saying they have been with him all the way, comforting him as he makes his mistakes. See, the penguin is comforting the mermaid who has cut his finger, probably because they were fighting with these swords, or they were playing with these swords. So divine is saying, even though the masculine has made mistakes in the past, because these mermaids clearly shouldn't be playing with these swords. Anyway, yeah, so even though the masculine has made mistakes in the past, his guides have been there with him all the way. And they have been showing and guiding him through to the right path. See, in this Six of Swords, this seal is the driver. There's no way this merman here is directing this seal on ice. This seal will slide in whatever direction the ice flows. And the merman, although he thinks he's actually directing the course, really, it's the seal here. The seal is the driver here. The seal is sliding according to the bends and the curves of the ice, the divine flow. So his spirit guides have been showing the masculine the way out of his heartbreak. They have been silently, very silently, nudging him to move beyond his past regrets and heartbreak. Because the Three of Swords here usually depicts heartbreak and sadness. See how these mer people are sad and crying because the whale is dead. So divine has been showing the masculine that although it's okay to embrace sad feelings and sadness, he shouldn't dwell on them for too long, because what is done and he can never go back and change it. This whale is dead. So the best thing the masculine can do is learn from his mistakes with this Five of Swords card here, and then move forward. And that's what we were shown here with this Six of Swords card, which shows movement. So they've been nudging him to move past his past heartbreaks and learning from his mistakes and not dwelling on the past. But they've been doing it really silently, that he's been thinking it's entirely him, but really they've just been behind him all the way with this penguin. They've been directing this seal without him knowing, which is cool. So he's no longer in that fight mode where he's feeling all alone and he's by himself. His guides have always been with him. That's so sweet. Right, okay, great. So now let's move on and see what guidance does divine have for the feminine on how she can support the masculine right now. Because it's important they work together. The feminine, if she does her work, she strengthens the masculine, and the masculine, if he does his work, he strengthens the journey and makes it smoother for the feminine. So they have to work in tandem. Although their journeys right now are separate, but whatever it is that they're doing is for their own benefit as a couple, as a partnership. Okay, so let's see how what divine is saying. How should the feminine help the masculine through this journey? And we have the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Wow. Okay. Interesting energy. Okay, right. So divine is saying, keep moving towards your truth, feminine. Don't let your past heartbreak hold you back. Keep journaling about your journey towards sacred union with your masculine, because at the moment it's serving as a spiritual map for the masculine to find his way to you. Interesting, because see here with this 5 of Cups, this mermaid is sad that her friend has to go back to the sea, but she's also learning that at times we have to let go we have to let go of things so that we can bring in what we really want. You can't grasp so tightly to the past and then expect things to change. So divine is saying, although the masculine has possibly hurt you, divine feminine, in the past by not coming forward sooner, don't let this resentment hold you back. If sacred union with your masculine is what your heart truly desires, remember the general theme of the reading was trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Yeah? So yeah, if sacred union with your masculine is what your heart truly desires, then you will have to let go of past heartbreak and open up your heart to new possibilities. New opportunities are within reach. See, behind her there are these 2 other cups still standing. And divine feminine, your spirit guides are acknowledging that you are doing this. And they're saying bravo for keeping your heart open despite the past heartbreak. Okay? Because see here how this Knight of Swords is moving forward so swiftly. She won't let anything hold her back. Her sword of truth here is guiding her always. So divine is saying, continue staying committed to your soul path, divine feminine. Your path towards sacred union with your masculine here in the physical plane. Divine is saying only through commitment will you learn, or rather earn, the results you want. So continue to stay focused, clear your mind, because the Knight of Swords is very clear and focused. Clear your mind of any distractions, and this could be past wounds or past resentments, and commit to this path towards your masculine without equivocation. Okay? But remember, with this card also, it's telling you to remember to ride the energy of the wave. See this wave around her? This wave. Yeah? Ride this wave. Don't try to control this wave or the process, because with all this momentum here, if you try and control the wave, you shall sink. Okay? So divine is saying, continue moving forward, but at some point, surrender to the divine. Do all you can, then let the universe do its magic for you. Okay, feminines? That's how you can support your masculine. And then with this Knight of Pentacles here, I'm sensing that some of you feminines may be journaling, or rather writing about your journey. See, she's writing on a book, this Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so however you're journaling your journey towards physical sacred union with your masculine, Spirit is saying, keep doing that. Whether it is writing, making videos, etc., keep doing it. You actually may not know this, but by you revealing your true emotions on paper or whatever it is that you're using to journal, it is actually creating a map, a path for your masculine to follow and get to you faster. Your emotional story, the one you're writing here, your emotional story is guiding the masculine towards you. Wow, 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 beautiful. That is so cool. Right, so let's see. So before we end this reading with a message from divine masculine to his divine feminine, let's see what the outcome is if the masculine continues on this path. What is the immediate outcome of this journey? And we have the King of Swords. Interesting. And the Queen of Cups. Yep. Wow. The immediate outcome is a king who will rule from his heart and not from his ego. That's what you will get, divine feminine. Your masculine will take the lead. But although he'll have this tough exterior or a staunch, coldish exterior with this King of Swords here, his actions going forward are guided by his heart and not his ego. And that's why the Queen of Cups is here. Because this Queen of Cups is very in tune with her feelings, and her truth comes from her instincts, her intuition, which again takes us back to this card here, right? Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. Trust your intuition. He's going to let his truth come from his heart and not from his ego. He will listen to the wisdom of his body, his heart, his intuition, his gut feeling. And right now his gut feeling is to come towards you. So he's going to listen to that. Oh, cool. Wow. Great. Okay, guys. Wow. Whoa, I've just realized that this reading here has so many swords. The King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Oh, wow, a couple. The Five of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Page of Swords, where's the Knight of Swords? The Knight of Swords. Oh my goodness, geez. And this means the masculine is still going through a lot, people. He's going through a lot. And although now he's learning how to balance non-action and action, because he isn't letting his mind, the swords, all these swords energies, he's not letting his mind control him. So that's why we saw he's feeling content at the moment and healing from his past battle wounds here in the current energies. We got the Star and the Ten of Pentacles. He's content and he's now healing his past battle wounds of overworking, too much action, okay, which was controlled by his mind, his fears, his illusions. So even if all these sword energies here, he now knows how to control his mind. His mind is not controlling him. He's balancing non-action and action, or rather he's also learning how to now do that, because we also saw that was in the future position. Wow. And again, all these swords here show the truth, what the truth is, and he now knows what he wants. Because with this King of Swords here and this Queen of Swords, this is a couple, right? This is a couple here, and it's Spirit's way of telling us that the masculine's intentions are crystal clear. Wow. Okay, guys, so let's wrap up this reading with a message, a channeled message from divine masculine to his divine feminine. Let's see what he wants to tell you right now. And we have the Sun. Cool. The Eight of Cups. The Two of Wands. Nice. And the Page of Pentacles. Great, great, great. Great energy. He's enthusiastic. He's no longer in that Four of Cups energy, clearly. He's no longer sad. So yes, divine feminine, with the Sun here, which is the happiest card in tarot, your masculine is saying stay positive and optimistic. I'm coming, my darling. And then with the Eight of Cups, he's saying, I have now let go of the past and what no longer serves me, and what was actually holding me back from you. I'm done with that. I'm now coming back home to you. See here, this mermaid is going back to the sea, back to her home, her real home. She has discovered that life on earth, on land, that she so wanted to experience is no longer as worthwhile as she thought it was. East or west, home is best, right? So here the masculine is telling you, feminine, he is done searching for happiness from external things, because you are now his emotional fulfillment. You are his home. He no longer wants these cups. He knows you're here, his emotions, because water represents emotions, and that's where your masculine is now headed. Okay, towards you. Wow. And with this Two of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, he's saying, I'm now ready to start a new life or phase of life with you, my darling. Because the Page of Pentacles is all about new beginnings. This page loves learning new things. So new beginnings. So your masculine is saying, I know what I want. I want you. And my intuition and passion are what are guiding me towards you. This Two of Wands here. See how this merman is looking ahead with so much conviction. He knows what needs to be done. Yeah? Whether it's to get to this volcanic mountain over here, or to protect his kingdom from the wrath of that mountain that seems to be on the verge of erupting. Whichever the scenario, the masculine is ready. He is ready. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. So divine masculine is no longer doubting himself. He is coming, divine feminine, sooner rather than later. And in a previous reading I saw that possibly some of you, something could be going on around the next full moon in Aries. So keep an eye on that. There's a reading I did that I got a download about that new moon in Aries, which is this month. Currently I'm recording this in March 2020. So keep an eye out. If you watch this before that new moon in Aries, keep an eye out. Something interesting might be happening around that time. But again, remember the readings are timeless. So whenever you watch this video, it doesn't matter. Don't take in the timing so seriously, okay? The next new moon in Aries, whatever that will be, there's something coming up for you. Something emotionally fulfilling, okay? So you never know, some of you might be meeting up with might finally be having sacred union with your masculine in this physical plane. Wow, okay. So with that, guys, I'll end the reading here. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next reading. I send you all the love and blessings. Bye.